You know? Nis. I'm guessing your other thing you had was Albion Wolf. What can we give you? Because you're fine. So this guy's all about break damage, right? Recovering EP. You're a caster. Something like that. I think I still need to equip the other two actually. That one definitely. And sure, why not? And then you can just fucking have whatever you want. I'm glad that is an option, because I am lazy. Okay.
Is this a hidden entrance? Looks like it leads somewhere different than where we've been before.
It would seem C just came through here. If we hurry, we could still catch up.
They're gonna get it for what they did to my Arcus too!
Is this a storage area? Certainly looks that way. There's a ton of food here, much of it non-perishable. Do you think what I'm thinking, Eustace? Likely so. This must be where all of those bulk purchases Benny and I were looking into ended up. This is the last place I would have thought to look. The goods were right on our doorstep the whole time. This area is full of guns. The same kind that the Imperial Army uses too. I think it's safe to assume the rebels in the army were the ones who supplied these. Let's see, ordnance, ammo, fuel too. Quite a stockpile, I got to hand it to him. The muck that gathers in the Vermilion City indeed. I think it's reasonably likely there are storage areas like this elsewhere too, which means we're dealing with a significant amount of supplies, and that begs the question of what they're planning on using all this stuff for. Whatever it is, it can't be anything good. Either way, we need to focus on catching the sea for now. Let's get moving. Anything to break? Oh yes. Oops. Oh, also, let's give somebody that moon thing. There we go. Now I definitely won't miss anything.
That's a pretty nice chest.
Ooh. Does Reen have natural evasion? He does, but not a lot. I don't have Kurt with me, so there's no point in equipping it now, but it's very good to have.
Finish this quickly.
I'm ready. Arcus activate.
Very well.
Sure.
Oh.
Strengthening.
There.
My controller there? What's going on? Did I have myself out somehow?
It's my turn.
Oh, there we go. That was weird. I think I managed to tab myself out somehow.
It's mine.
Yeah.
Steel yourself.
You have my thanks. I will fulfill my duty as a noble.
Nice. That.
What reason could they have had for fleeing underneath the city? It would appear to have been a spontaneous decision to the untrained eye, but there was most certainly something calculated to it.
You hear that noise coming from farther in? Let's hope it's not anything bad.
You hear that foreshadowing? Let's hope it's not anything bad. Oh, those are new.
This'll be fun.
Strange definition for fun.
Arcus activate.
Okay, fuck this.
My mind is clear. My blade empty. Now!
Fuck, they survived.
It's my turn.
I hold a saber!
Brace yourself. Blinding light. Gather in my blade. Iola's saber!
They're still alive! I don't fucking believe it.
Arcus activate! There!
Thanks.
I'm ready. Arcus activate!
Let's go. Now! It's mine!
Strengthening.
There! I'm so proud of what we've done. It feels whoopee!
Yay, I did it!
Yay!
That will do nicely.
Woohoo! Rare booty!
Why is this? Oh.
Let's get him! Kane? Gale! Sure.
I'm ready. Arcus activate!
Leave it to me.
Oh,
Here I come.
bullshit.
Prepare yourselves. Ah!
Trying to be clever.
Scatter! Fragrant garden! Steel yourself!
You have my thanks. I will fulfill my duty as a noble. A matter of course.
Stats updated.
Looks tough.
There! This one might be worth my time.
Arcane Gale!
Kane? Gale!
I'm ready. Arcus activate!
Very well. Huh.
What the fuck?
Numbers up. It's my turn. Strengthening.
Murdering!
Damn it!
Let me heal you!
It's my turn! Sure. It's down! Got it!
Here I go!
I'm up! Ha! It's down! Numbers up.
Son of a bitch.
It's my turn.
Don't die now, Reen.
Arcus, activate!
You down a peg?
Worried about dying to petrification and poison.
Thank
so-
you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I'll fight.
Huh.
Steel yourself.
You have my thanks. I will fulfill my duty as a noble.
Nice. Can't wait to get my mitts on that chest.
It's just the way he said that. It's a bit off-putting.
I see a street.
This one might be worth my time.
Arcus, activate!
Arcus, activate.
Okay, go!
Gale!
Sure.
Strengthening!
Murdering!
Very well. Huh. They're open!
I'll go.
I'm up.
It's down! It's mine!
I'm ready. Here.
There!
This'll be fun.
More are coming.
I'm up.
Arcane Gale!
Kane, Gale! It's down! It's mine! You're finished!
I'll fight. Yeah.
Arcane Gale.
Leave it to me.
Arcane Gale.
This'll be fun.
Arcane Gale.
I'll fight. Heal yourself.
You have my thanks. More foes? Very well.
More foes? Very well.
Arcus, activate!
Let's go.
Kane, Gale!
Can't help himself with a bit of Arcane Gale.
It's down!
Let's go, everyone. Got it.
Fine.
Right. I'm ready.
Sure.
I'm ready. Yeah.
Huh.
Steel yourself.
You have my thanks. I will fulfill my duty as a noble.
Oh damn, everyone leveled up. Holy shit.
Nice.
Nice! A matter of course.
It feels stats updated.
Yay, I did it! Yay!
Alright, let's rest up. I swear we got some gladiator belts. Yeah, we do have one. Gladiator belt. So we've got one. So we could make the true gladiator belt. There's probably no other point. Speaking of which, does Reen have his thing on? Yeah, he does. Alright, let's just carry on. Wait, I think I hear voices. Yeah, there are a lot of people further down the passage. Morrissey's allies, perhaps? Could be the army rebels. Or both. Maybe that so-called muck is currently being cleaned up. They're not fighting. That's from what I can tell. Let's see if we can listen in. It's the Imperial Army and the EDF. So they are connected. That confirms our suspicions. You've done a fine job of making such thorough preparations in such a short time. We owe it all to your support. You have our thanks. Helping those who share your ideals is common sense. You needn't thank us. Incidentally, here's the item we were discussing. It's an experimental replica, so only the one exists, I'm afraid. But I'm sure you'll be able to make good use of it. Absolutely. Our cherished ambition of defeating the Republic was crushed before our eyes, and now new armored divisions like ours are being disbanded one after another. How are we supposed to quietly endure such humiliation as proud citizens of the Empire? Chancellor Osborne charted the course this country should be following. Now it falls to us to walk the path. Exactly. And while he may no longer be with us, Supreme Leader Rufus Alperea is following in his footsteps. Even if we should join the United Nation, our pride as Reverenians shall be eternal. You said it. I couldn't agree more. Your words are most reassuring. Do you foresee any impediments to our plan? We do not. We have already reached out to our allies, and our force will assemble tomorrow morning. All that leaves is for the leaders of our group gathered here to go over the details once more. Before the sun sets tomorrow, this city will fall. They're planning a coup d'etat? And tomorrow, no less. We're in worse trouble than I thought. We can't let them take over the capital. We can't, and that's why it's good that we're here right now. I agree. All of the coup d'etat's leaders are gathered here, as they say. Catching them now should put a stop to their machinations. So I get to bash skulls tight. Little do they know that they've just sealed their own fates. I'll aid you however I can. I look forward to hearing of your success. And you will in short order. We will tear down this false government and return the Empire to how it should be.
You're not tearing down anything! What? Who goes there? We're Thor's Military Academy's Class 7. Hereby request a provisional representative Regnitz to arrest you. Give up and come quietly.
The Ashen Chevalier?
How the hell did he find us?
We're leaving! Our work is done here.
Void Breaker!
Crystal Edge!
Aerial Dust!
Damn it.
You're just a little short.
As fast as they are cowardly.
We can worry about them once we've dealt with the more pressing threat. Listen, the war is over. I understand you don't like how it ended. But what good is organizing a coup d'etat going to do?
Silence! We're not interested in a word you have to say, hero.
You're a filthy traitor, Ashen Chevalier! So many of us joined the army to follow in your footsteps, only for you to trample all over our ambitions. You couldn't possibly understand the frustration of those who died in that war, or even those left behind. It's time you took responsibility for your actions.
I think you need to take responsibility for your actions first.
Indeed. Only the truly weak try to blame others for their own failings.
Guess you're too weak to see the obvious. If you don't understand that, then you have no right to lecture any of us.
Thank you, everyone.
Any more kind words are wasted on them.
Enough of this. Now that you've seen us here, you won't be leaving alive.
Like you're strong enough to stop us. Our numbers are roughly even, but I've heard of Class 7's strength. We'd be fools to challenge you head on. Fortunately, we just received a useful tool that's simply begging to be tested. How about we give it a trial run before tomorrow's main
Is
event?
that a fucking gospel?
I don't know what you're planning, but I suggest you surrender at once.
Yeah! Now that I've got my Arcus 2 back, you won't be getting off lightly. You're squaring up against the Millie and Tilly plus Lammy and Sammy combo, and you're not gonna like the punches it packs.
It pains me greatly to let that terrible name pass, but this is hardly the time. Laum Soleus!
Lammy! Attack!
Laum Soleus! Lammy?
What just happened? My orbital staff isn't responding.
Neither is my battle ornament.
How did you disable all of our orbital devices?
Could this be the same phenomenon that was documented in Liberl 4 years ago?
Holy shit.
So you're up the society's ass too, huh?
We're not obligated to tell you anything. But now, only 4 of you can face us in combat.
I can hardly believe it's this effective. The originals brought the orbital shutdown phenomenon, and this is a perfect replica. The Gospel R all but means Valflame Palace's defenses are as good as nothing. Well, how do you like your odds now? We don't stand a chance of losing. You do realize that if we destroy that device and capture you all, your coup d'etat is doomed to fail, right? Ha! That's not happening. All right? This fight's on us. We can do this as long as we fight as a team.
Ugh! I hate that we have to just sit here.
I agree. But all we can do is leave this to those who can fight.
Don't worry, they'll be able to cover us.
We won't let you down.
Not being able to use orbital arts is a hindrance, but it's hardly a fatal one.
You better be ready for the beating of a lifetime.
A powerful foe. Have at you. Leave it to me. Numbers up. Time to paint this town red. Gotcha. You go. Not a bad trick, huh? Eat this! It's the last call. Sinners Reverie!
Oh, I didn't realize it was on just one, but okay.
My mind is clear. My blood.
Brace yourself!
I hold a saber!
This isn't...
Get fucked!
This isn't...
I'm up.
I'll fight.
I can't...
More foes?
It's my turn.
I hope we're not
Very
linked
well.
either. Just realised that.
Here I go. Here I come.
It's my turn. Sure.
It's my turn.
So this should, in theory, cost me nothing. Oh,
My mind is clear.
baby. Iolus Saber, as they say.
You're done!
This'll be fun.
I can't...
Very well.
I'm ready.
I can't...
This'll be fun. It's my turn.
Leave it to me.
Like the way! Noble arm!
It's my turn.
I can't...
I'll fight.
I'm up.
It's
Okay.
my turn.
You're done!
This motherfucking is getting auto battled.
This isn't...
This was a waste of my time. Let's go.
True.
Nice. That'll
A matter of course.
Nice!
Behind you already!
It feels
How? How could we possibly lose? How pathetic. They might have made us weaker, but that didn't make them any stronger. I'm glad we managed to defeat them. Yeah, you fought really well. Calm Salias. Lammy, you're back. So, what are we going to do with them? Well, it goes without saying that we'll tie them up, but the hard part is what to do next. You can't just leave them. I'm not seeing any others anywhere in the vicinity. Could they be further inside? There are countless hidden passages underneath the capital. They could have followed a different route from us. I want to go after the EDF too. Perhaps we should split into two groups? Class 7, correct? We're members of the military police sent here by His Excellency. Please go on ahead, we can handle everything here. You couldn't have come at a better time. That's what we'll do then. Thank you for your help. Let's resume our pursuit. What a convenient time.
How did Class 7 know where we were meeting? We kept such a close eye on them. They had no chance to get that information.
Is it really okay to leave those soldiers behind?
We've done what we've set out to do. What they do now is of no concern to us. They wouldn't have been much help in fulfilling our goal anyway.
We're better off returning to Crossbell and reporting to the Supreme Leader.
You won't be reporting to anyone. You will tell us everything you know, and then you will never cause trouble again.
Damn it! An ambush!
Who are you?
I thought you'd never ask. We are the Reborn.
We have no name to share with the likes of you.
Huh?
We're not here to play games.
Get them!
I'll remove all who stand in my way.
Go smash them up.
On it.
Who's Mark?
Target locked.
All right. Arcus, activate.
Take that!
It's me.
It's her. Bang. Free S-craft? Don't mind if I do.
Are those who lost their way. You're in need of polish. Touch down. Who's Jack Reverie?
On it. Target locked.
You're down!
Yeah. Very well. No.
Too late. Back tenfold.
How shall we play? Arcus, activate.
Okay. Target locked.
Buffing!
Very well. Play with me? I'll be fun.
shall we play?
Owie.
Got you! Give it up for the whole gang! Right!
Very well.
Ready?
Why, you...
All right. Now play.
Got you!
Impossible.
You see? A Rosenberg doll is in a class of its own.
Well, as long as you make yourself useful, I have no complaints.
That
Not much of a surprise. How could elite soldiers lose to a trio of children?
So, might I ask if either of you are proficient in torture?
It doesn't sit right with me, but I can do it if needed.
Yeah, I got you, boss. The trick to torture, you see, is that you've got to take it really slow. They'll need to think that they'll be able to handle the pain. Make it small and steady, then wear them down bit by bit as you inflict more and more. If they're still not willing to talk after that, then it's time to start cutting off their limbs. Oh, not all at once, of course. It starts with their toes, then their ankles and knees, then you edge up their thighs. Then it's off with their fingers, wrists, elbows, and shoulders. Oh, but if you just keep cutting away at body parts like that, they'll die of blood loss. That's why I stitch everything back on as I slice it off. So you'll still have your limbs, just they'll be prettier with thread. You'll be like a stuffed toy. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Don't worry, I'm real good at this. I won't let you die. Still, all I'm using is an ordinary needle and thread. You won't be able to move your arms or legs. They'll be sewn to your torso, but no matter how it hurts or how you will it, it'll be like they were never yours at all. You can try your left hand or your right hand.
Okay.
You can try your left
This is a
leg
bit much.
or right leg. You can try and try and try, but you'll never be able to move them again. By the way, if you just can't get enough of my thread, I'll keep going and stitch your mouth and eyelids closed. You'll still be alive, and you'll still be able to think. You just won't be able to do anything else. That sure would get boring quick though, huh? I can fix that too. I can attach more string and make you dance around like a big old marionette. Oh, maybe then you could be LP's friend. I'm sure she'd like to get to know some other dolls. But if you're still not willing to talk after all that, I'll just unstitch your mouth and...
I'll talk! I'll tell you anything! Just please, stop! I beg you!
You're so scary, Nadia. Aw, did you think I meant all that? Then you didn't? Of course I did.
Stop messing with her.
Sorry. Her reactions are just so cute I couldn't resist. I was blowing smoke, LP. I don't do stuff like that anymore. Anymore? There are lots of things in this world that you're better off not knowing. Or... do you want to be the marionette at the end of my thread? I'm going to scout out our route.
Don't go by yourself, you'll get lost. Be back. Going after her.
Oopsie. She's never gonna look at me the same way again.
Your acting was very convincing. Or was that a hearty anecdote from the past?
What did you say to those guys? Half the fun is in the mystery?
Either way, consider me impressed. I thought it was my imagination at first, but one's gut instinct exists for a reason. Eager as you appear to earn your riches through my offer, you did so with much greater caution than Swin. Your guard is high even as we speak.
You're slick. Swin might look like he handles our work just fine, but his heart bleeds more than the blood he spills. He's not made for this life. That's why it's up to me to handle the unpleasant side of things.
I see. You make for quite the ideal duo, I must say.
Why, thank you.
You each boast unparalleled skill in some respects, and significant flaws in others. Yet your strengths and weaknesses compensate for one another's like two pieces in a jigsaw. It's as if you were carefully selected and trained to become the perfect pair.
We're not together because of that. You call us two pieces in a jigsaw, and it's clear you enjoy treating us like fun parts of a mystery to be fitted in a greater puzzle. But two can play at that game, see? It's been a couple days now. I've already got a good idea on just who you are. There are still questions that need answering for it to make sense, so I can't say I know with complete certainty. But I'd bet on me being right.
How fortunate for me that I've hired one of your intellect.
I'm gonna make this painfully clear. If you stab us in the back... No. If you so much as caused the slightest harm to S, you'll spend every waking moment of the rest of your life wishing you hadn't.
And if I were to view that another way, I have nothing to fear so long as I do nothing of the sort. We shall remain good, happy friends for as long as we're together. I'd rather not lose two capable hired hands, and I imagine you would rather not lose your chance at the mirror. Am I wrong?
Nope, not even a little. You may be a total villain, but you keep it simple. And I like that about you. Oh, but don't take it like a schoolgirl crush. I already have the love of my life.
A pity that he sees you as no more than an exasperating little sister.
Of course you noticed. I'm working on it, all right?
Then I wish you well.
Don't take what I said seriously, okay? I was just being cute. Swear.
Cute is a choice. And what'd you two follow that up with?
Oh, small talk. Nothing worthy of note.
Okay. Let me head back. To see.
Let's end this quick. Keep at it.
You're up! I shall! How shall we play?
You shall what, miss? Go on.
Arcus, activate!
All right. Arcus, activate.
nothing! Okay. Here. They're down.
You're up! How shall we play? Welcome to my testy talk. My pièce de résistance. Mwah! Make Nana proud. Just how did I know?
On guard.
On guard, bitch.
Got you. Very well.
Demon kill F.
Back tenfold.
Yes.
I'm here for you. That was close.
Appreciate it.
Oh no, he's fine.
Crap. No choice. Here goes. That ought to do it.
Even perfection can stand to improve.
Damn.
Crap. Get it together, Swin.
I'll remove all who stand in my way.
Can someone analyze? I hope so.
Target locked.
I'll take care of it. Arcus, activate.
Very well. The doll sees all. I've seen through your game. How shall we play? Nurse Nadia's here.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. You deserve some praise. Very well.
Mademoiselle, Dark Requiem.
My turn.
Ready? Here. They're down.
You're up.
All right. Arcus, activate.
Nurse
Oh, for
Nadia's
fuck's
here.
sake.
I misjudged you.
How shall we play? Welcome to... We smashed him and thrashed him.
But of course.
Holy shit.
So dial it up a bit.
Target locked.
I shall. The doll sees all. I've seen through your game.
I'll take care of it. Mademoiselle, Dark Requiem! On guard.
It's me!
Buffy!
Yeah! Very well.
Ready? Hip! They're down!
You're up!
On guard. Cut you down!
How shall we play? Arcus activate!
Buffy!
My turn!
Oh, bitch.
Oh no! My dress is just an awful mess. A treasure chest! Gimme, gimme!
Ooh. Bum. Bum. Bum, bum, bum.
That will do just fine.
That will do just fine. We'll get her done.
Gross! I don't want to do this.
Now, Flame, you shall end this now.
I'll help, sure thing! Very well. No!
Too late.
Ready? Hut! Keep at it!
You're up! It's me! Yeah! Now!
Asking for it! No choice.
I wanted to do Blood Gang Rain, but
You picked the wrong opponent to mess with.
oh well. Still
Not
works.
much of a surprise.
Zoom Zone.
The cherry on top!
So it seems like okay, that's good. It seems like all of the characters have like ways they can buff themselves and give themselves free CP. I guess that's like to make up for the lack of
Do your best, guys.
maybe they won't have access to like
Target locked.
the United Front.
All right. Arcus, activate.
My turn.
Too late.
How shall we play?
On it. Target locked. They're down.
You're up.
One.
All right.
How shall we play? I shall. In my hair.
Too late.
It's in your head.
Buffy.
In your head.
Hip. They're down.
You're up.
What a waste of time that was.
Where do you fucking come from?
You gonna fight that?
Nope.
Is it worth the effort?
Nope. You're correct, it is
The
not.
wall opened up a whole secret passageway. It's like a cool trick straight out of a heist novel.
Heimdall's tunnels have been used by all manner of ne'er-do-wells as a means of moving around undetected. No novel could compare to the real thing.
Amen, brother. Big rules at the exit. Wait. What's wrong? I don't know. Just something is off. You have little experience dealing with the spiritual entities of higher planes, I'm sure. Then it's time you gain some. Draw your weapons. What is that? I'm not scared. I'm not scared. That's not your average monster. It's like a devil straight out of the church's teachings. This route leads to a cemetery, no doubt one rife with the regrets and anger of the former living. That unrest, along with the stimulation of the spirit veins, must have caused it to manifest. Whatever it's doing, we need to smash it out of our way.
Fine then. I'll trounce you twice as hard.
That tenfold.
On it.
Okay, so we basically need to try not to cast any spells or use any of that because it's just going to cost us a ridiculous amount.
Arcus, activate.
All right.
Very well.
Let's just get some. I forgot what he's casting.
Initiating drive.
Let's get some buffs
It's
going.
me.
Oh, I forgot to ID him. Oops.
There.
Doing this for a free S-craft.
These swords are of those who lost their way. Back up!
You deserve some praise.
Okay.
Oh, I was like, where the fuck did it go? There it is.
Target locked.
Very well. The doll sees all. I've seen through your game. It's me! Welcome to my tipsy talk.
That tenfold!
Very well.
Ready? They're down. Cut them loose.
Sure thing, right?
All right. Not played.
Got you. Very well. In my hair.
Too late.
On it. Carve through. Shadow step. Ready? Keep at it.
You're up.
These swords are of those who lost.
Lost their way.
Welcome.
These swords are those who lost their way.
No choice. Ready?
All right.
It's me.
Well, may as well try and murder it then.
My turn. Initiating process.
Ready? Target locked. They're down!
You're up! Releasing output limiter. I shall.
Definitely not seen this before.
I'll take care of it.
How shall we play?
Okay.
Yeah. My turn.
Not with me!
Uh-oh.
That tenfold.
Still okay.
It's me.
Ready?
I'll take care of it.
Nice.
What a waste of time that was.
Indeed. Oh, maybe not. I don't understand, like, she's like
But of course.
Even perfection.
Not much of a surprise.
That
looks like we managed to beat it. It got the jump on me at first, but so long as we can hit it, I can quit it. It wasn't terribly strong, not compared to the Thorns people. They're stronger than most you are ever. They're stronger than most you're ever likely to face. Well, our way's open. Is it? This looks like a dead end to me. Might have a secret opening. I'll take a look around. On it. And we're out.
I wasn't expecting to end up in a place like this.
did we lose them? I know I've lost the strength to walk.
Not another step, see?
Well, well, well.
Pro arm rust.
Figured you'd know who I am if you took my old alias.
Indeed I do. Though I had thought the unrest in Jirai would keep you occupied for longer than it apparently did.
It's dicey over there. It's nothing Stark can't handle for now. Can't beat knowing friends have got your back when shit hits the fan. You feel me?
I assume you knew we'd show up?
Who is he? This wasn't in the plan. One wrong coincidence, And we might have delivered you to him instead. We only ruled him out because he hasn't gone by sea since the Civil War.
So, are you here to stake your claim on the letter? Or are you seeking compensation for the damages I've dealt under its use?
You kidding? I could die of shame thinking of all the stunts I pulled back then. Even seeing your mask, I get the sudden urge. Smash it to pieces!
Really? And my mask is so much more tasteful.
You think you can pull it off now. But trust me, you're gonna look back and wish you never did.
I'll take your words to heart. Now stand down.
No point. I bought all the time I was looking for.
Crow? Why are you here?
I knew you weren't that sea.
We tarried far too long, it would seem.
We'll catch up later. Let's take this crew down first.
You won't be taking another step.
You won't have that mask on for long.
Ready to face me?
You had best be prepared.
I have to ID them all again. Ah!
Target locked. You're down!
You're out!
On guard.
My turn! The doll sees all.
The doll sees all.
I've seen through your game. How shall we play? Arcus activate!
Appreciate it.
Very well. The doll sees all.
Okay. Okay. Target locked. Keep at it. Now, Nadia.
PK!
I'll take care of it.
My turn. The doll sees all. I've seen through your game.
Flow! Flow!
How shall we play? Arcus activate! Ha-ha! Nurse Nadia's
Appreciate
here.
it. On it. Target locked. You're down!
You're up! Very well. The doll sees all.
Haven't seen this one yet.
I'll take care of it.
My turn.
These swords are of those who lost their way.
This is tough.
Welcome to my
Tippy Talk.
You're not bad.
Why is this so?
No choice.
Whoa, time out!
Not bad.
What kind of loser gets beaten by their copycat?
Hey, I ain't lost yet. Reed, let's take it up a notch.
Got it!
Do what you can, Thor's Class 7.
I'll show you how devastating I can be.
Don't expect this to go like last time.
Okay, let's kick this off.
Yeah! This'll be fun.
Leave it to me.
Huh.
I'll fight. Yeah!
Keep at it!
Yeah! In my hair!
Too late!
Here I go! Oh, Goddess, rain your blessings down upon us.
Bet you have my thanks.
Numbers up.
Hmm.
No!
Very well.
No.
Let me think.
Come on, let's have ourselves a dance. I ain't done with you yet. Yo-yo! Rain! Sweet dreams.
Oh, it's free.
It's my turn.
They're open. We fight as one. Got it.
Iolus Saber!
Brace yourself.
Blinding light.
Followed by Iolus Saber!
The rumors got nothing on you.
Brace yourself.
Very impressive.
This could be trouble. Oh. You're staying here.
It's not easy being outnumbered 2 to 1.
Gotcha!
Shooting my shot!
You're finished!
A pity. I didn't expect my cover to be blown quite this quickly.
What?
Knew it. Hmm?
You've grown, Eustace, as have your friends.
Rufus?
It's Rufus!
Well, there's a twist I didn't see coming.
But he's supposed to be in Crossbell.
How is this possible? How did... What is Crossbell's new Supreme Leader doing here?
You seem to be confusing me with someone else. That title is not mine.
That makes no sense.
Then you had best get to making sense of it. I have my own affairs to attend to. Ah, impeccable timing. We're off.
Huh? What do you think you're doing? This is no way to treat a lady! Ez!
Yeah. Wait!
He had an airship waiting for them.
Who thinks that far ahead?
There's something we have to know, Rufus!
Did you steal the Courageous too? Did you abduct Prince Oliver and Lady Sherazard? Was that really you?
It was not. I had no involvement in that incident, but it made for some fine bait.
Bait? But... then where could they be?
If you wish to know what befell the Courageous Two, make for the Nord Highlands.
Why there?
With that, I bid you farewell. Should we meet again, let it be in Crossbell.
Well, well. Rufus fucking Alberea. Well, I have to play as him now. Next chance I get to save, maybe after a few bits and pieces, I'll probably save an end stream.
You were quite punctual.
You bet. Sup, and welcome aboard the Argo, the vessel of Nine Valley's new high-speed transport service.
Our pilot is a child.
We might have been better off on the ground.
I'll have you know that I'm a licensed pilot. And that's real rich coming from you guys. You look like a bunch of kids about to go on a picnic with their daddy to me.
Ooh, we got burned.
But boy, did I not see your daddy's ID coming. Who knew my mystery client would turn out to be our former Governor General, Rufus Alberea? Oops. What, do you prefer Supreme Leader now?
Please, if I knew I'd be repeating myself so soon, I would have gathered my audience. That title is not mine.
But then...
I'm confused. Who's Rufus? That's this guy's real name. C was a nickname. So it's Rufus, huh? I think it's much cuter than C.
I give it 85 points. Ooh, he kicked your butt, S.
Why would I care when I don't even get what criteria she's basing these on?
So are you famous then, Rufus? Everyone seems to know who you are. He's not just famous, he's super famous. He's the elder son of House Alberea, one of the 4 great houses of Erebonia, and he became Crossbell's first Governor General. Together with the Empire's Chancellor and Crown Prince, he led the country to all-out war. But then he got arrested after it ended. That's all the big common knowledge stuff, but trust me, I know all about the skeletons in his closet. Wow, you're so smart, Nadia.
Is knowing part of handling the unpleasant side of things?
Wow, you're so smart, Rufus.
Can she try not to stir up trouble with him?
Yeah, well, he's apparently not done making a name for himself. Because 3 days ago, he busted himself out of jail so he could lead a load of black-clad soldiers and Crossbell and occupy it again. And then he declared himself the new Supreme Leader and claimed he was carrying on the late Chancellor Osborne's will. And you're saying that wasn't you? Yeah, hang on. You were in Crossbell yesterday and at noon today making statements. Where did you have time to go to Heimdall? He couldn't have been at this Crossbell like you said. He's been with us the entirety of today and yesterday. Then that means... So there are 2 Rufus Albereas? More like, one of you's a fraud? So it seems. I have no interest in making a public show of him being one, mind you. But I am the genuine Rufus Alberea. On that you have my word. Guess I believe you. Even if Crossbell mistakes the other guy for the real deal, your brother would be able to tell the difference. Can't say I even care. I'm just in it for the mirror. Speaking of, I thought the Erebonian government seized all your assets. How are you going to pay your fare? I've long kept my assets spread out in the event something like this were to happen. What the government sees is a mere fraction of what I own. You really do prepare for anything, huh? Ooh, I was worried we were duped into doing charity work for a sec. Well, we've come this far. I think it's about time you started filling in the blanks. About what exactly? You. We don't plan to call things off just because we know who you are now, but you got to admit that you're not an average guy, and that means being around you is a huge risk on our part. I think you owe us more thorough explanation on what you were up to before we met and what you're after now. It's the least you could do if we're going to keep working together. Very well. I'd intended to do as much from the very beginning anyway. We'll have to understand the full scale of our situation before we advance to the next stage. Rufus's tone remained flat as he recounted recent events. It began late at night on March 14th when Oroc's fort in the Kroitzen province fell under attack. This was the work of the Evan Defense Force, who were there to aid the Crossbell division of the Imperial Defense Force in their escape. Upon freeing the IDF from the underground cells, they continued on to another cell in the same fort, Rufus Alberea's. Yet their aim was not to free their former leader, but to assassinate him. Rufus deftly turned the tables against them, while also managing to extract a wealth of information, even if their knowledge lacked the finer details. He learned that they had abducted Prince Oliver, and would be executing a major operation in less than 24 hours. He also learned a small suitcase that the EDF wished to find with great urgency. Sensing trouble brewing in the wake of Crossbell's liberation, Rufus then resolved to escape to better assess the situation at hand. The next day, March 15th, was no less eventful. An impostor using Rufus's name and face as his own stormed Crossbell's signing ceremony and declared it occupied once more. This information, paired with the intelligence gathered to suggest further trouble brewing in Heimdall, helped the real Rufus ascertain his next objective. He issued a statement claiming to be the prince's abductor to lure Class 7 to the Imperial capital. But following that, he set his sights on Oroc's Canyon to take his enigmatic case the EDF were so desperately seeking. You know the rest, of course. Wow. You've been a busy boy, huh? Well, I've been cooped up in a cell for half a year. I'd have plenty of pent-up energy eager to be spent. To continue, it's clear that the actions of the EDF and my spurious self-replanted letter. I imagine a multitude of events these past months have been part of their grand scheme, not just the recent attack on the city. The post-war occupation, the occupiers electing to ignore my calls to surrender, and even the city's liberation a month ago. If this fake Rufus is pulling the strings here, you being around is only going to be one big headache for him. You think it's possible you being locked up in the same place as the IDF was intentional? I would assume so. Everything about it right down to my assassination attempt. And that in and itself was just a small part of something much greater. Then what you plan to do about it? You sound like you've got a pretty good idea of what you're up against. So what does the real Rufus want? I have two goals. First is to eliminate the imposter who seeks to use my name for ill. Makes sense if it means them being around equals people trying to kill you. The second is to settle a past debt. Oh? Crossbell's current status traces its origins to the war that ended not long ago. I, the primary member of the Ironbloods, was one of two who led the charge in the war, the other being the very man whom I revered as a father, the late Chancellor. Having made this mess, it falls to me to clean it up. Ironbloods are an awful loyal bunch. I also feel a certain degree of responsibility toward Crossbell as its former Governor General. Let me see if I got my head around this. In short, you want to rectify Crossbell's situation and fix whatever's going on in Arabonia. That sum it up right? That would be the end result, yes. You know, that's a lot to expect 4 people to pull off. That's why I never specified it being us to achieve that end result. There's no reason it has to be us who faces our enemies. Confronting evil and overcoming it with heart and willpower is best suited to heroes, not villains like myself. Like Reen and his friends, whom we fought earlier, and their SSS counterparts in Crossbell. No need to imitate what they have perfected. Works for me, doesn't feel like our style. What we can do is learn the truth behind these myriad occurrences in our own way. And we can start with the very valuable clue we happen to have in our possession. What is it? Why are you staring at me? You're just so cute we can't help ourselves. Really? I see, that makes perfect sense. To be admired is the destiny of a masterpiece. Gaze upon me to your heart's content. It's hard for me to picture a doll being the key to unraveling all that's going on. It's weird, yeah. And her not remembering anything makes it that much harder. Got any plans for tackling that one, boss? I just so happen to have a question for you two regarding that very issue. Georg Rosenberg was her manufacturer, and the man who requested that she be delivered to me? Well, technically, yeah. Now that our work in Heimdall is done, I was hoping to visit him in person, but your hesitant response tells me that may not be possible. Something befallen him? Nope, he's fine. It's just not much would be gained by going to see him. He's the one who gave us the job, but he specified that he was just an intermediary. My guess is that whoever had him give us the jobs was the one who got him to make her. Mainly because he didn't seem to know much more than we do right now. I see. Then our only choice is to aid her in recovering her memories after all. I assume you don't know where you were originally crafted. I wish I did, but I'm afraid not. I've got a place we could start at least. Jörg didn't directly deliver the case to us. He said to pick it up from the Moon Temple. He must have hidden it there before hightailing it out of Crossbell. It'd be a safe bet to say she was made there or close to there. Almost certainly the Rosenberg studio on the mains mountain path. Sounds about right. We passed it on the way to the temple, but didn't go inside. A wise decision. If the maester hid the case elsewhere, then the studio has been compromised in some matter, I'm sure. We still do not know if her memory loss was unintended or deliberate. Danger or no, it's possible that we'll find something to ease her current predicament. So we know where we're going then. Our course was always going to lead to Crossbell. The timing is apt. We may as well go now. But how are we going to get in there when the borders are so protected? Fear not, for I have a plan. It requires some preparation. I'll need your participation in order for it to work, but the details complete. For now, rest well, children. I think he's asleep while they talked. I feel wide awake now. Perhaps I'll tour the ship and see what everyone's up to. Crazy shit. Alright. Well, that'll be all from me for today. I think since me and all the guys are back, I think we're doing Baldur's Gate tomorrow. Oh no, Wednesday, sorry. Tomorrow will be more trails if I'm around. Either way, I love you all. Have yourself, stay hydrated, enjoy the rest of your day, start saving, and I'll see you tomorrow for some more trails, unless something else comes up. See you then.